Batman. Now there's a franchise that can't go wrong. And they've made some great games based on movies. Though, I've never played the NES Batman, which is basically a reskinned Ninja Gaiden, and I've never played Batman Returns. I've played the Arkham series, which aren't movie adaptations. Okay, I guess I never played a game based on a Batman movie. Except one. Batman Forever. Yeah, the first of the two Schumacher Batman flops. You know the one. It had Val Kilmer as the title character, along with Chris O'Donnell as Robin, Nicole Kidman as some crazy broad, and the powerhouse hammy duo of Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey as Two-Face and the Riddler, respectively. Yeah, it wasn't great. In fact, I made a video about that hot mess on this very same channel. That's right, that's Junk Drawer Willie's on youtube.com. Search, have you ever heard of Batman Forever? Link in the description. Yes. Link, what are you doing down there, you crazy bastard? Anywho, Batman Forever commercially was a success, and it was the late 90s, so the video game was par for the course. I actually would rent it all the time, and then get stuck in the first level and give up. In fact, it wasn't until the AVGN episode that I figured out what I was supposed to do 13 years later. Yeah, you have to do that stupid push up and select thing in a oddly specific way to grapple straight up, and use right shoulder button down to jump down a level. The game was published by Acclaim, who are famous for porting Midway's Mortal Kombat to consoles, and used the same engine as the early Mortal Kombat games, along with digitized actors in costume playing the characters, which also means they kept the same control scheme and animations as Mortal Kombat, complete with uppercuts, leg sweeps, and a flying bicycle kick. Okay, the bicycle kick isn't there, nor is any of the gore or finishing moves, obviously, but how weird is it that Batman would later fight against Mortal Kombat characters 13 years later in Mortal Kombat vs. the DC Universe? The weird design choice and the fucky controls are all anyone ever seems to talk about with this game, but what about the rest of it? What are the levels like? Are there bosses? When you get over the controls, is there a game worth playing here? The short answer is no. The long answer is no. Right, so first you have to choose Batman or Robin, who play basically the same. I like Batman more for his walk. He's like, put him up, put him up. The first level, Two-Face is broken out of Arkham Asylum, and Batman needs to deal with the rioting inmates taking advantage of the situation. Sounds vaguely familiar. First scene has he beat up two random crazy people and progress to the next scene. After we wait, the next scene you beat up more crazy people, do the dumb grapple thing to move up to the next floor, and hey, look at that. I'm now the farthest I've ever gotten in this game. Now just look at me go, breaking hearts, minds, and personal records. After fighting more Arkham inmates like Cannibal, Maniac, and Oddball, it's the first level, and you're telling me you guys already started running out of names? Then it's off to the bank Two-Face is robbing to fight the likes of Dog, Bloodfire, and Octane. Oh yeah, now I'm sure that's what all your friends call you. I bet his real name is Eugene. I joke, but I do appreciate the attempt to name every opponent in a beat-em-up. It certainly gives me a lot of ammunition to work with. As if the loading screens weren't jarring enough, the bank level has you ride an elevator in between each floor, where nothing happens. Why is Batman even riding an elevator in the first place? He's freaking Batman! I guess it's true to the movie. Not that that made any sense either. To best sum up this whole game, it's basically a side-scrolling beat-em-up with clunky fighting controls that were not meant for a side-scrolling beat-em-up. You enter an area, beat up all the enemies, maybe every now and then get lost and have no idea where progress is, wait a few seconds for a game being played on a cartridge to load for some reason, and do it all over again. Speaking of getting lost, the next stage is the circus where Robin's family is killed by Two-Face. Spoilers. The stage is actually just 6 different scenes where you have to find a way to get to the bomb on the roof. It's easy to get lost and not know where you're supposed to go next to progress, while you collect these clocks to prevent the timer from reaching 0. Oh yeah, it's a timed mission. All the while there's goddamn clowns coming out of the woodwork trying to get a piece. Oh yeah, and there's no continues. It's back to Arkham and, back to the bank elevator. Yeah, I'm starting to think never making it past that first grappling hook area as a kid was really a blessing in disguise. I guess one way the game tries to spice things up is with these riddles strewn about that occasionally hint to hidden areas with more health and 1-ups, but mostly they're just an explanation on how to play the game. Yeah, tips and tricks on how to progress the game are given in riddles. Makes sense out of that one. This whole fucking game is a riddle. Unlocking secrets would be a cool idea if they weren't so obtuse. If you should finger a quad of these prints, a prize will be yours to make criminals wince. You want me to finger what now? I think that riddle means collecting 4 hidden blueprints will unlock a new gadget, which I had to look up online. Oh yeah, and the gadgets. At the beginning of each stage, there's 2 gadgets you always start off with, and 2 optional ones you can pick and choose. And for the longest time, I could not figure out what I was supposed to press to get the damn things to work. Like, a Hadouken, maybe? Finally, I looked it up, and it turns out I had the right idea. This game was made on a fighting game engine, right? So, of course, fighting game combos are what you have to press to use the gadgets. May I remind you, though, that this isn't a game where the controls to hookshot up is up on the D-pad and select. Yeah, I just stuck to punches and kicks. The stupid gadgets aren't even worth it from what I could gather. This is how much damage the Batarang does. Yeah, you'd need to throw like 7 of them just to down 1 enemy. Anyway, if getting beat up by clowns hasn't deterred you from the game yet, the next level is a warehouse Two-Face has been using as his lair. Man, all these crates, beating up criminals. I feel like I'm playing Dick Tracy again. And just like the first level when I was but a child, I got stuck on this level too. I have no idea how to get past these crates. I mean, what? Is there another stupid button combo that makes Batman, like, fucking self-destruct or something? No, I'm supposed to use these screws to acrobat my way to other areas. Now, how was I supposed to know that? They look like part of the background. In a lot of cases, they are just part of the background. What, was there a riddle somewhere that tells me this was a thing? If there's no screws loose, then you're out of luck. Guess you better quit the game, you dumb fuck. And convincing Batman to grab the stupid things is a puzzle in and of itself. Yeah, what a load of anus. To top it all off, the level ends with a boss fight against Two-Face's henchwomen, Sugar and Spice, who are nearly impossible to beat because they gang up on you and you can barely get a hit in. Damn! Didn't think I'd have a hard time with a boss fight against a character played by Drew Barrymore. You know, so far, if you really try, the game isn't that tough as long as you know where all the health is. But the biggest roadblock that consistently screws me up is when the game decides to surround you with enemies. There's just no adequate way to get out of the situation without a guaranteed donkey punch. I mean, God, at least buy Batman dinner first. Supposedly there's a button combo that has Batman smash both the enemies' heads together, Three Stooges style, but I've never been able to pull it off. My early game solution was to rely on uppercuts and roundhouses to space them out, but that doesn't cut it for late game as the enemies start learning how to duck. And this isn't better demonstrated than in the Sugar and Spice fight, until you learn that if you just stick to one side of the screen, only one of them triggers and the other sits the fight out. Yeah, that definitely makes things easier. Unfortunately, it's not over after that as Two-Face comes a-creepin'. What are you doing there, Two-Face? God, I can't even get to him. He keeps kicking me. Fuck, quit it. God, quit it. Let me hit you. There's gotta be an easier way. I guess I'm really gonna have to give gadgets a try, eh? I have the bat bolas. Let's see, that's down, down, A. Holy shit. The gadgets are actually good for something. Bat bola, kick to the face. Bat bola, kick to the face. Oh man, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. There's always something exploitable in these games that make them easier than they first seem, and it's an awesome feeling when you figure them out, like solving a puzzle, like the next stage. Oh, wait. Right, so the trick to this stage is to just not fall into the pits. It doesn't kill you instantly, but it puts you in a hallway full of enemies, so it might as well. Hey, check it out, it's old Blue Eyes. Fly me to the moon. The next stage, well, there's no trick to it, it's just a bad guy gauntlet. Same with the next level, the Batcave. They're just linear stages that exist to drain your lives before the last boss. It's a battle of attrition, and as I stated before, I've yet to find a simple solution to getting ganged up on. No, please have mercy, Nacho Kid. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, suck my baculum. Hey, not that this has anything to do with anything, but, did you know if you push left, up, left, A, B, Y on the menu, it opens a special cheat screen where you can select a level? And after you do that, if you pause the game, then push left and right at the same time, it deletes all the enemies on the screen? Again, it's just a random aside. Oh man, I finally made it to the final screen. Boy, oh boy, that took forever. Oh hey, look, it's totally not Nicole Kidman. And a rematch against Two-Face. Neat. Well, we know how to deal with this. What the actual hell is that? I mean, seriously. Why? Also, what's with Batman games and making the final boss a intellectual villain who's juiced out of their minds? Yeah, there's no strategy here. You just have to be lucky enough to kill him before he kills you. And just as an extra fuck you, that's not even the end. He turns back into the regular beanpole Riddler that you have to beat as well. All of that for a shitty congratulations screen. And what? No 16-bit rendition of A Kiss from a Rose? What kind of chicken shit production is this? In all seriousness though, there's a really good reason why you don't hear a lot about this game other than the Mortal Kombat engine and the shitty controls. Because no one in their right mind would even bother getting beyond the first fucking level. The gameplay is tedious, the design is dull and oddly true to its source material, and it's another one of those games that are difficult probably due to poor design and not because it was intended to be. Seriously, 8 levels and no continues. It's a clunky mess, and I'd honestly rather watch the movie than play this garbage again. At least the former is entertaining. But for real, we're done with the movie-based games. I mean, I can only take so much, and you gotta put me out of my misery at some point, right? Misery? Huh. Misery. Why, misery almost rhymes with Disney. Yeah, okay, I'm running out of segues.